Māori Issues correspondent Mihingarangi Forbes is at Te Tii Marae. Kia ora, Mihi. How is it up there?
Kia ora. Kia ora. Nau mai hara mai ki te marae o Te Tii. It's breezy but warm. The woman at the motel told me it was 32 degrees today, so there you go. Not a lot happening right now. At 6 o'clock the first pōwhiri happens. That's the media pōwhiri. That we go on with the police and the Māori wardens. The DPS squad have just arrived. They're having a briefing with Hene Whare Harawira. I guess they're going to, walk around the marae and just suss it all out. But yes, this is the Wahanui, the gateway to Te Tii Marae. So this is what Winston Peters and everyone's been talking about today in terms of the safety of the Prime Minister. This is the part of the marae that gets pretty squashed when those groups start to arrive and get welcomed through onto the wharenui behind me.
So what do we expect when the Prime Minister arrives?
Well, for people who haven't been to Waitangi, I'm just going to swing this camera around and see if this works, but this is the main road. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but the berm is tiny and the road is just 2 lanes, and then it's the sea, and then it drops in. So this gets really congested, and all in here is full of protesters on the other side of the bushes usually, and then media all in here. So this is the part of the marae that can cause some problems sometimes. But once they're through this gate, it's usually they're home and hosed and into the wharenui, and Māori wardens and police escort everyone through. So I guess it'll be just the same as every other year. There'll be a bit of a squash here in the gateway, and then the Prime Minister and his group will go through to the wharenui, and the pōwhiri will continue.
What's the situation in terms of the Prime Minister's speaking rights? Hone Harawira saying, hold on a sec, he hasn't listened to us, why should we listen to him? What is the clarity around that, Mihi?
So my understanding at this stage is that the Prime Minister will get to speak in the wharenui just as anyone who attends a pōwhiri has an opportunity to. I guess the issue is in the past, some politicians have made that opportunity their own in terms of having political speeches. There's always the speaking tent, and I'm just going to bring you over here because it's this big, that's the police actually in the background, but just past them is the big white tent. That's called the speaking tent, and the Prime Minister's been invited by the marae trustees to speak in that tent and to answer questions about the TPP. And at this stage we've not heard back from the Prime Minister's office as to whether he will actually do that or not, but that would be the place for any robust discussions and debate in there, not the wharenui. That's what they're saying.